Okay, so you probably might be wondering why I'm talking into my cell phone while recording this video, and that would be because I don't have an actual mic for recording videos, and the mic on this sounds way better than the mic just talking at the camera. So we'll try this and see how it goes. So today I was going to talk a little bit about what I think is going to happen with the release of AMD's new lineup of video cards and how that's going to play out against Nvidia, who has already released their new series of cards. At least they've released them. I'm just going to read off of what I wrote earlier because I suck at freestyle. Anyway, so I could be wrong, but here are my predictions on what I think is going to happen in the next couple months here with AMD releasing their new line of video cards, the Big Navi. Now we haven't got a card from them yet, but I think there's reason for that. We know Nvidia has already released their video cards, the 3080 and the 3090, which is not quite released yet, but is on its way. I'm not going to talk about the performance of either of these cards that are coming out or any of the cards that are coming out because there are plenty of other people that already have talked about the performance of these cards that are way more credible than me. Usually, I go to them for the information. This is just my thoughts on what I think is going to happen here in the near term. Nvidia has already released their cards, but I feel like it was completely rushed because go ahead and try to buy one right now, unless you're comfortable paying way too much for, from a scalper or somebody that purchased the card with the only intent of selling it for a huge markup. I'm not interested in that. So. And it looks like we're not going to have any more cards on the shelves from Nvidia, not the 3080s or the 3090s, until the end of this year or beginning of next year, which kind of sucks when you think about it. I really feel like Nvidia screwed up on this release. I feel like they rushed the release just to get it out ahead of AMD's Big Navi cards, and I feel like that's going to bite them in the ass, to be honest. I think when AMD releases their cards, they are going to have an adequate amount, or they're going to have enough to supply the demand when those cards are released, meaning they're not going to sell out in the first 15 minutes like Nvidia did with their 3080 cards. And if AMD is competitive in their performance and pricing, which I know they are, generally speaking, they like to be competitive. They're usually the best bang for buck, or at least I feel like that is their goal. These new Navi cards might be extremely competitive against these new 3080 cards, and if that is true and the pricing is a little bit better and they have the supply to provide to the consumer, which I feel like AMD is sandbagging. I feel like AMD could have already released their cards, but they haven't because they're not idiots. I feel like this was really dumb. Like I've already said that a second ago, but I really feel like Nvidia was really stupid by releasing the cards before they had enough cards to go around. Because I think what's going to happen when AMD releases their cards, which may happen before Christmas. This is a prediction. I don't know. I have no source telling me this. I feel like they're holding back until they have enough supply to release before the holidays, even if it's the last week or two before Christmas. If that is the case, what card are you going to buy? You're going to buy the one that's available, and especially we already know Nvidia. That's saying he who speaks first is the loser. And usually, you're talking about an argument, but in this case, he who drops the card first is the loser, especially in this instance where they don't have the supply to meet the demand of the consumer. If this is true, if what I'm thinking is true, the only card available that's going to be competitive against the 3080 is going to be the Navi cards. And if they drop it before Christmas, what's going to happen after Christmas? Everybody's going to get these cards for their, self. Like for me, if I was, nobody buys me Christmas presents, but I do like to get myself something nice every now and again. So I would be somebody that would buy the card for me for Christmas. And then what about the 3080s? Who cares? Well, who cares about the 3090s? Which to me, I think the 3090s is a gimmick. I said I wasn't going to get into the performance, but you can go look at Jay's 2 cents or any of these other people out there that have already talked about the specs and yeah, I just for that price too. Oh my God, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think that AMD is making a really smart move if they are doing what I'm talking about. If this is true, if what I'm thinking is true, I think they're going to dominate the end of the year in sales. They're going to move way more units than Nvidia did because Nvidia just didn't have units to move. I think that may be happening. And good for AMD. That was really smart. I know AMD has been on the upswing. They've been making better products. Their pricing is still extremely competitive, but they haven't released the Navi card yet. I think they could have. And they just haven't. I think they could have in limited numbers, but I think when they do release it, they're not going to have this problem of selling out in the first 15 minutes. Really, that's all I got to talk about. We'll see if I'm right. Time will tell if this turns out, if my prediction is true or not. We'll see. I'm predicting by or before Christmas. So, and I'm a betting man of sorts. I like to speculate. I like playing speculative plays in the market. We know AMD has been, they had a great year as far as growth and improving their products. So I'm excited. I'm excited for any time there's competition in the market like this. We really only have two players in the video card industry. We've got Nvidia and AMD now. So it'd be great if some other companies came up out of nowhere and just had something to show. Time will tell. I think the more players in the game, the more competition, the better for us as the consumer. We'll get better pricing. I think paying $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 for a video card is just obscene unless you have a very specific reason for that, like you're creating Pixar movies or something. So anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap the video up now. That's all I really had to talk about. I've been watching videos all afternoon and thinking, here's what I think is going to happen. So I thought I'd make a video and share that with you guys. Yeah, that's it. It's a great time to be alive, and we'll see you again soon. Hopefully, I'll get me some new cards to try out, and we'll make some benchmark videos. I don't even know how I would do that, just for the fun of it, I guess. Because there's plenty of people already doing that stuff, but I do like the technology, and I like playing around with it. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap the video up now, and we'll see you again in maybe a week. I'll try to put another video out.